What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Leftovers podcast. I'm Joe,
I'm Charlie.
and apologies for the lack of episodes over recent weeks. There's not really been much to talk about, really, but we've got a jam-packed episode today. We're going to talk about the Suicide Squad. We're going to talk about the Premier League and the big transfer on Messi as well. And also What If, the new Marvel Disney Plus series as well. But we'll kick start off with the Suicide Squad, as it is becoming less relevant nowadays. But well, it's true. But yeah, we'll kick start off with that. Charlie and I went to see it. And Charlie, your impressions on the Suicide Squad?
Well, James Gunn, obviously directing it, and he basically saying, it's basically promoting it as it was one of his biggest, if not his biggest project to date, the directing industry, and he said it was going to bring his own twist. Obviously, James Gunn's known to do a lot of comedy films, so we expected it to be quite funny. Obviously, the original Suicide Squad film with Will Smith and that obviously did get a lot of criticism. I actually didn't mind the film, but I understood why people didn't like it. Obviously, he's brought in new actors. He brought some of the same actors and actresses from the Suicide Squad in 2016,
and then killed them.
And he brought some new one in as well. Yeah, well, we'll get to that. But and then he brought some new ones in, like John Cena. But overall, I thought it was really funny. I think the moments where we were meant to laugh, you did laugh because it was hella funny. I think the action scenes were amazing. The only thing I wasn't too sure about the whole film was like the villain. I think the starfish thing was a bit whatever, but I think it also just suits the film because it's just very like take the piss, but it was very you couldn't imagine like Aquaman and Batman and that rock up to it. Like only the Suicide Squad could take that down. Like, I think it was such a Suicide Squad enemy. But
I wonder. I don't. Let me quickly check. I do wonder if it is actually a Suicide Squad enemy. But yeah, I agree. I think yeah, it was definitely a very Suicide Squad.
Giselle was just great. I think John Cena, obviously his acting is questionable, but I think he was great in this film, especially after coming the back of doing Fast 9, which he didn't really.
Oh no, it is. It's a Justice League villain. Well, luckily they did it in Suicide Squad and not the next Justice League film. Imagine that.
Yeah. Well, overall, I really loved it. I think it's one of the best films of DC have made so far to date. They needed it to be good, otherwise they really were in the mud. But they've obviously got this, and then obviously with DC, they've brought out the Snyder Cut, which obviously was like a restart to basically for DC to try and like revamp themselves from the poor like form they've been in with the films they've brought out. But I think Man of Steel, I did actually like Batman vs Superman, but also it was annoying just because it wasn't really a Batman versus Superman film. It was more of like dig at each other, had a 10-minute fight, Batman beat him, and then they teamed up, and that was that.
They teamed up because both their mother's name was Martha. Just remember that.
Amazing. And then obviously they've brought this out, which was quite good. And then now I think they can really kickstart. If Warner Brothers actually let Zack Snyder finish his View, like with Man of Steel 2 and 3 and the Flash movie coming out, it's going to be a big, like, sort of like make or break for DC. Especially getting Michael Keaton back, Ben Affleck back, and Henry Cavill back as Superman. So very excited for that film out next year. And then they've obviously got like Aquaman 2 and Shazam 2 and all them lot. But anyway, with Suicide Squad, I absolutely loved the film. I think it was such a James Gunn film, and I think you could really understand his take in it. You can understand it being one of his biggest projects with the scenes and some of the scenes they obviously shot and where they were as well, and like everything. And obviously like do like what was it? Like surprising things where like some of the characters from the original film were like such big parts of like the original film, but then this film, like Boomerang, like spoilers obviously, but you've probably seen it by now. But like Boomerang Man, whatever his name was,
Captain Boomerang. He literally died within 10 minutes.
Died right at the start. I'm just like that's just not I didn't expect that at all. But you're like, oh shit!
No,
and then,
no, yeah. I didn't expect like half the cast to just die within the first 5 minutes. I don't think anyone really did.
Yeah. That was such a James Gunn thing, but I didn't
Yeah.
expect it. But yeah, overall, I really love the film, and I would go and see it again, and I'll
Mm.
definitely be watching it again, and hopefully DC can just bring out a row of like absolute bangers now, and not just flop again.
Yeah. What are some of their next movies coming out? Let me have a look.
You got Flash,
Oh yeah, the Flash movie, obviously. That's the
Command
big one.
2, Shazam 2. They're going to do another Suicide Squad film. They're going to have Peacemaker series. The Batman with Robert Pattinson is obviously not DCEU, but it's still DC. But he will probably join the DCU eventually through multiverse and that.
Oh yeah, yeah. You got Aquaman 3, Black Adam, the Batman.
Command 3,
Yeah,
2,
that's the one. Yeah. the set.
Lost Kingdom or something.
Yeah, that no, that is damn right. You're right. Shazam 2, yeah. But yeah, I think Flash is probably the biggest one out of them all. But no, I agree. I think the Suicide Squad was better than the original. Again, there were some aspects I liked about the first Suicide Squad, but no, I think the Suicide Squad. This is going to be so complicated. The Suicide Squad was definitely better, and like you said, I think James Gunn had free reign to do what he wanted to do with this film, which is strange because Warner Brothers don't usually do that, but yeah, I think he did a very good job. Visually, it looked great. The characters as well. You felt like you could not obviously not relate to them, but like there was you felt like you could connect to them well, and
Also, I like that the fact they haven't given up with some of the actors and actresses that played characters in the previous film. Like, for example, Will Smith plays Deadshot. They were originally going to get Idris Elba to play Deadshot, but obviously made something else. I forgot his character name.
Bloodshot.
Bloodshot. Is it Bloodshot? Oh, I don't know.
Some
And then obviously
Bloodsport.
they originally were going to make Deadshot. Yeah, Bloodsport. They were going to make Deadshot the leader of the Suicide Squad, but I think it is in the comics something, but they didn't do it because they didn't see it as right, especially and obviously the guy who plays Deadshot in the end of Justice League.
Yeah, Bloodsport.
He had like filming conflicts or something, so but they weren't going to put him in anyway. So I think that this film was like perfect for what they needed, and the type of film they needed from the Suicide Squad. And obviously, it'd be intriguing if they did like crossover. The Suicide Squad did do a crossover with the Justice League. Yeah, I think obviously there's a lot more heroes and villains and that to introduce, and because DC have only really just started compared to Marvel. Like if you compare like the DC timeline in terms of what we've seen so far compared to the Marvel, they've basically only just done like maybe like Avengers Assemble. Like there's still loads to go. So I do think but the thing is like I think the difference between DC and Marvel is like DC are rushing straight into the multiverse, which is kind of expected because that's kind of what DC is. Marvel's the multiverse is more of like the multiverse is more of a big thing. Like, oh shit, like most things done on like one Earth One, and then all that. Like the Flash series, like the series in DC, like the multiverse is just a thing straight from the first episode. Like different villain, different Earth, and all that. It's just crazy. But yeah, I do think they're gonna series and films together. Hopefully, they let Warner Brothers let Zack Snyder say his vision, but Warner Brothers are just a piss take at the moment. But hopefully they do. But if they flop, they flop, and it's their own fault. And maybe 20, 30 years they'll just reboot it all, and hopefully they get it right. But I want it to be in my lifetime ideally, and when I can actually be bothered to go and watch films still. But overall, I really like the film, and hopefully it's not the start because obviously Zack Snyder's Justice League was kind of like the start of like this big reboot for DC. But I do think heading in the right direction as it stands.
Do you think they'll ever catch up to Marvel, DC?
I think if everything goes to plan, I think they'll overtake. It's only natural.
Overtake?
Of all, I think it's only natural just because the way I'm seeing it is I think Marvel are killing off or kind of slowly losing big names, big characters. Purposely, it's done on purpose. Obviously, Marvel and Kevin Feige they'll have a plan to like make sure they don't lose like views and stuff. But I think stuff like that naturally happens when you start think Iron Man out the scene, and like Captain America out the scene, Black Widow's gone, and some of the big six have gone. Thor won't be around forever, and then you got to think like Spider-Man is like Tom Holland says he wants to break off Spider-Man 3, so he won't be around for maybe a few years. Obviously he'll never gone. Like obviously he'll come back and this and that, and depends on maybe if they do carry on with Tobey Maguire and Garfield. If it's just a one-off thing, then that'll obviously be massive for them. But it's whether it's what they've got planned really. Obviously Kevin Feige and Marvel and Disney have obviously got so much like better planning for the future compared to DCEU. Like DCEU and Warner Bros. Just a mess. But hopefully they've got a plan in place. But I do think naturally overtake with the things like, because DC, if everything goes well, then the villains they've got are just so like massive, and like especially in the comics and everything. They've got Batman, Superman still like basically in their prime, and they've obviously the multiverse in DC is massive. Like they have to rely on that. The Flash is like that could like just be a make or break, but hopefully like a make for just the DC, because like that film is looking so good, and obviously if they're especially bringing back like famous actors like Michael Keaton to play like the original Batman, is just unbelievable. So if they do it right and they go in the right direction, they've got a plan for like the next 10-20 years, then my god, they DC will kick off. But Marvel is still so far levels above, and honestly, like if you're a Marvel DC fan, I'm both. I don't really care what happens. I just want to see good films from both. But I love Marvel at the moment so much, and it's obviously miles better than DC at the moment. But I do think if DC get it right, they'll overtake Marvel, but not forever. Like Marvel will catch up again, so they'll bring out some other stuff. But I think I think DC will get up eventually. If it goes right, they'll get up with Marvel's level, and they'll just be like very competitive in the cinema and like the box office and that. But I think it will take a while. Like DC they're about 5-6 years away at the moment, in my opinion, in order to catch up with Marvel's level and money they're generating. But if they do it right. Like they could easily do it wrong, and Warner Bros. Isn't giving me hopes at the moment. But if they let Zack Snyder finish his vision, that's only one part of DC's like plan to, in everyone's opinion, to like make a lot of money. If they do that, they're on the right track. If they don't, if they just fumble and they make another shit Wonder Woman sequel or like whatever, then it's just done. So, and they can't fuck up the big films like Man with Robert Pattinson. They can't fuck up. Even that's made by Reeves. What's his name?
Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves, yeah, Reeves something. Matt Reeves, he's a very good director, so I think he'll do that film be really well. But it's more of like the DCEU, because you don't want Pattinson coming in as Batman into the DCU after his trilogy, and it should be an absolute shit, because you don't want that as a character. Having a successful trilogy, like he may have as successful trilogy as Bale's trilogy, then he comes into the DCEU to try and save the DCEU after it's doing pile shit, and then it just could not destroy his legacy, but it just kind of, I don't know. But I just think at the moment Marvel's just so far clear, like it's just so far clear. But DC have the potential to catch up. They won't be like miles. If they do catch up, they won't go if they go above Marvel in terms of like interest of viewers and things like that and money generated, then they can do. I think it will happen eventually, but that's only if it goes right. But Marvel will just overtake again. It'll just be, I think DC will get like to the point where it's very close, and then they'll just overtake each other, and then one will dip again, and it will just be like that. But DC is so far away from Marvel at the moment.
I don't think DC will overtake them, or I can't see that happening anytime soon.
Not soon, no.
No. I mean, like even like within like 10 years' time, I still don't see DC overtaking Marvel. But yeah, like you said, I feel like if they allow Zack Snyder firstly to finish off the Justice League and finish off what would be what most people would want for the DCEU, and they get the Flash film right, and even if it's not necessarily in the DC universe, but the Batman as well, they'll definitely boost up their chances of kind of coming back into the kind of like tier that Marvel are in. But yeah, like you said, Marvel are just so far clear, and I don't see Marvel dropping off in a long time. I think they've just got, like, they've already got Phase 5 already planned as well, and it's just they're just gonna, when we think that Marvel are over, they'll come out and just release a load of films that will just hype us up again and just make us remember, actually no, Marvel are sick, and this is why. because they make incredible movies. And also TV shows, which leads us on to What If. Nice little segue there.
So is that so far?
Let's see what I did there. Nice little segue into the.
It was cute, Joe.
Thank you, appreciate it. I've been saving that for the past few weeks. Anyway, but yes, What If, the new Disney Plus series, which is canon to the MCU.
Potential live action promise, but
Yes,
we shall see.
Yes, the producers have said, it could potentially, or they would like to see it become live action, or some characters become live action. They mainly talked about Captain Carter, which I think
probably won't bring anything to live action till like Hawkeye and Spider-Man 3 and like Doctor Strange Multiverse Man.
Oh no,
Started with the multiverse, obviously, because it won't make sense. But
it won't be happening for a little while.
Start showing
anyway.
other shit from other Earths. That's when they'll start doing it.
Yeah. Excuse me, but we've had 2 episodes so far. We've had the like we said, Captain Carter episode. That was the first episode to be released when Peggy Carter gets the super soldier serum instead of Steve Rogers. And then we've also had this week as well, T'Challa becoming Star-Lord. Let's breeze over the first episode quickly. What I didn't.
It's America's Iron Man.
Okay, sure. Now, I'm not saying I didn't like the episode, but I just felt like we'd already seen the majority of it, if that makes sense.
It was basically just Captain America: The First Avenger, but
with
Carter is basically
they just swap roles. Steve Rogers and Agent Carter just swap roles.
And obviously Stark basically made a big Iron Man suit from Iron Man 1. Basically just made that suit again.
Exactly,
and gave it to Steve Rogers.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
There
were a couple of like.
How many episodes are there?
I think there's 10.
Right.
So we're only a fifth.
Is it just a different storyline for each?
Well, I think eventually they'll connect to each other, and then we'll have this big multiverse in the What If thing. So it'll be interesting.
Different timelines as well, aren't they? So
yeah, I think so.
Because obviously that was 1940s, wasn't it? First Avenger, and then obviously episode 2 was definitely not 1940s because
first it's in space, so it's a bit difficult. But I quite like the Bucky being like when Peggy like pulled him up. It was thanks, you almost ripped my arm off. Thought it was a bit funny, But yeah, it was a bit weird. And then we also saw at the end as well that she came through the Tesseract into present day, which is, I don't know if that's replacing how Loki did it, because obviously in the first Avengers film, Loki came through the Tesseract. Now it's Agent Carter. Whether or not Loki still does remains to be known. But it was a bit underwhelming, the episode. And also the thing of like the moment in the first episode, they were like, the moment that changed the whole thing was Peggy said no to going up to the the upstairs to the room where that's where they would have been in the film, but everyone else was down there as well. So to me, it didn't. That wasn't the thing that changed it. It was the thing that changed it was that everyone was there in the lab and not upstairs in the watch room. It just seemed a bit weird that because Peggy said no. I could be playing dumb here, but I don't know. But yeah, anyway, the second episode I thought was much, much better. And again, it's probably because it's a story we haven't seen before. unlike the first episode. But yeah, I've rambled on a bit, Charlie. So tell us your opinion on the second episode.
Yeah, I think Thanos caught me a bit off guard, but
that was
fighting
funny.
fighting the people that he fought with in MCU,
yeah,
but,
that was very good.
Did they really explain? I can't remember. Did they really explain
Why he was good?
Why he was good?
Yeah, so he came.
They brushed over it.
Yeah, but it was basically that T'Challa just argued with it. Well, not argued with him, but like he put up a strong argument against his idea of, you know, getting the Infinity Stones, snapping them, and, you know, removing half of all.
It was a bit weird how he turned good that quickly, wasn't it? But yeah. Imagine to see that in live action. A good Thanos.
T'Challa puts up a strong argument, apparently. So, but yeah, it was, and it was also weird. The contrast in T'Challa as Star-Lord and obviously Peter Quill as Star-Lord, because right at the beginning, you know, of the normal Guardians of the Galaxy film, when he was like, "Oh, I'm Star-Lord," they were all like, "Who's Star-Lord?" But this episode of What If, it was like, "Oh yeah, Star-Lord, you're Star-Lord. Yeah, we all know you. Yeah, it's like, should I bow? You know, etc." So like, he's loved by everyone really, except obviously the rich people. But yeah. Also, Collector's been working out.
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah, just a bit. You know, and it's weird because and they explained as well, like, because Thanos wasn't like the big baddie now of the universe, I guess. You know, somebody needed to take his place, and the Collector decided to do that, and he had a massive collection of a lot of stuff and things, including a lot of weapons down the years. You know, he had the Dark Elves dagger. He had Captain America's shield and Thor's hammer. So does that mean they're dead? Like, in this universe? Like, does that mean they're not alive? Who knows? But yeah, also Nebula as well. She's not a robot. She has hair and everything. Oh my god. And yeah, I just preferred this as well. I thought the story, even though these episodes are only 30 minutes, I thought the story still was a decent pace as well. Like, you felt like you could understand it all, and you weren't missing out on much, and it all made sense in the 30 minutes. And then the ending as well, which we'll get back to in a minute. But what were your thoughts on the triple cross from Nebula, or the double cross, I guess?
What was it?
The triple cross by Nebula. So they did a plan. She then crossed. Then it seemed like she crossed T'Challa, and then she was actually.
Oh.
And it was like, "Oh no, I'm working with the Collector," and then she just shoots the guy, and she's like, "No, I'm actually working with T'Challa. This was the entire plan all along."
That was a bit weird, you know. It's a bit weird to see Nebula, you know, without all the robotic shit. But yeah, imagine seeing her like of action, her like that character Nebula, without all the robotic stuff. Bang, you know.
There genuinely was a moment where I thought, like, do you think T'Challa and Nebula are gonna hook up or something? I genuinely thought, like, is that gonna happen? Are they gonna kiss or something? It was very weird, but I would love to see, if I know this is only the second episode in, but this would have been a great live action, something live action, whatever, TV show, film, whatever. This would have been great to see in live action, and we can still see some aspects of it. Like, we can still see the Nebula, Thanos being good, etc. But obviously at the end as well, they had a nice tribute towards Chadwick Boseman, obviously, with this being his final performance ever. Well, part of his final performance ever. He's in 4 episodes in total, so he's going to come back within the next 3 episodes. So, sorry, within next 3 more episodes. So we'll be looking forward to that. But also at the end as well of this episode, we saw Peter Quill and what he's up to, because obviously he wasn't kidnapped. We did hear that, Charlie.
Good. You were meant to hear it.
the little
straight against the leather seat.
The groan as well afterwards as well. Just
I'll just let you know, Joe. I've got a call at 10, so 20 minutes to bash everything out.
Okay, well we're definitely not gonna do all that then.
Can do it quickly.
We've still got Premier League predictions and everything to get through, Charlie.
You can do that quickly, Hannah. So
okay. So basically,
what if? Messi quickly.
Okay. Well, I was going to quickly talk about bloody the ego coming back and being like, "Oh, Peter, I'm back."
Yeah, go on.
Well, I've done it now, so we can move on.
Cool. So,
Messi.
Football.
Messi.
Yes.
He looks weird in a PSG shirt.
After everything that Fabrizio Romano put on his story, basically saying like,
he's a fraud.
It's nearly been signed. It's going to happen.
It's
going to happen. Don't worry about it. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
90th minute. They've scored. VAR. Oh no, it's been overruled. It's been overruled, and PSG have got the dub. But yeah, it's and have you seen as well? They put on their like they were obviously in training. They were doing like teams, like small teams, and they were like the winning team, and it was like Neymar, Messi, Mbappe, and I'm like, I'm not surprised they bloody won.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't it? It's like
Di Maria, Navas in goal.
Just
if
you come up against someone who plays PSG, who plays as PSG in FIFA, you might as well put down the controller, retire.
Yeah. Well, also they should put down the controller because they live a sad life if they have to play with PSG.
You both have to be PSG. There you go.
yeah. That's only fair. But yeah, may pave the way for Mbappe to leave. He'll leave in the summer.
In comes Ronaldo.
That ain't happening. Maybe next season. Maybe next summer. Yeah, Mbappe goes.
Not this summer. No, not this summer. No.
Mbappe goes, and then
Mbappe goes to Madrid.
Oh, imagine that. Imagine that.
Apparently, Mbappe's been added to Manchester United hit lists, but Man United will probably get Haaland. To be fair,
I think they would be.
Lewandowski wants to move, so.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him in the Premier League. If he goes to Ligue 1, he's done out. He has to come to the Premier League.
Oh, he won't go to Ligue 1. No, he won't go to Ligue 1. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Barcelona, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Need someone.
Well, maybe not Barcelona. Barcelona just got their bloody rages first.
Benzema just extended his contract, so maybe not Real Madrid.
Well, but also, as well, Aubameyang apparently is linked with Barcelona. That ain't happening.
But there's nothing really.
Yeah. Well, he said Messi signed the bloody contract to Barcelona. Can we actually believe him anymore? No.
Well, that's what he gets his information from Barcelona, and Barcelona did tell him like he's going to sign it, and he was. But then they looked at their bank account and they were like, "Fuck."
Yeah, we did have it. Griezmann, can you go? No. yeah. What brilliant mean there's. But yeah, he's not. Messi is still yet to make his debut though. He's not going to make it this weekend. Maybe next weekend for PSG. Who knows? And then, so we do our predictions now because we've got 17 minutes.
Right, you got them out. You just like going through them all.
Okay, so we'll do league table positions last because that'll be interesting to do. So we'll do. Oh, I didn't do player of the year. God damn it. Okay, anyway, we'll do top goal scorer.
Goal scorer, I'm going with Romelu Lukaku.
I have also gone with Romelu Lukaku actually. So good start. Yeah, he'll just bag in goals for fun, Ronnie. Okay, top assister.
Top assister, I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with.
You're already meant to have this done, Charlie, by the way.
I didn't.
I will make this clear. Bear in mind, I said this because I didn't want to.
I'm going to go with Pogba, mate, because he's already got 4.
It will end with 4 by the end of the season.
Oh, he won't. Don't be a Liverpool fan for once.
He may get one more. Okay. No, I'm not a Liverpool fan. I'm a Graham Souness fan. I've gone with Bruno Fernandes. I just think he'll get some assists. Player of the year.
Player of the year, I'm going to go with Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, okay. I'm going with Kante.
Kante, okay.
Yeah,
that's choice.
Left field shout. Young player of the year.
Young player of the year, I'm going to go with Mason Greenwood.
Oh, okay. Not bad shout. I'm going.
Sounds like I'm just being a United fan, but trust me, I'm not.
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes for player of the year, Pogba for top assister, and Mason Greenwood. Okay, Charlie. Okay.
That's good.
I've gone with Foden.
Foden? Oh, okay.
Best signing.
Lukaku.
I did go with Lukaku at first, but I've changed it because I wanted to be.
And Ramsdale.
Yeah, he's just showing now, so I thought, yeah, he's banned for his back. No, I've actually gone with a very left field one. I've gone with Emmanuel Dennis.
Oh, okay.
Do you even know who that is, Charlie?
Mum.
I
do think
he plays for Watford.
Yeah, but I do think Watford aren't going to go anywhere this year. They've got Palace next, haven't they?
They did well against Aston Villa. As you know, as Ismail Assar and Dennis had a good connection.
They got the dub, but
and worst signing.
A signing, and Ramsdale.
I've gone with Ben White.
Okay.
I think he's just.
He didn't really have a great debut, did he? But
well, not that, but I just think he's not worth 50 mil. We'll do worst kit first. Worst Premier League kit, Charlie.
Man City third kit.
I've also put the Man City third kit.
That's fucking awful.
It's so bad. It's just so plain and it just looks awful. Puma did that with a range of different clubs and it just looks awful. Did you see as well? Fenerbahce had it, and the Fenerbahce player went to go kiss the badge yesterday because he scored.
No badge.
And they had no badge. And he was looking down "Where's the badge? Where's the badge? Oh no, there's no badge. Oh fuck." And best kit.
Best kit. I think I did really like the Wolves away kit.
Oh, okay.
Let me just get it up quickly.
Let me get it up as well.
I do like Leicester's home kit.
Just gonna put it out there. What about Liverpool's away? No, but our away kit actually is actually quite nice.
I do like Spurs away kit. Pretty good.
I've put Spurs away kit as the best though. I just
think, but yeah, I do also like the Wolves away kit as well.
Oh yeah, that's nice. That is nice actually. Yeah, that is nice. But yeah, I've gone with Spurs away. I put my bar aside for one of them, Charlie. All right, and I put it beside for the best kit. All right, there you go. You happy now? But realistically, it's the Liverpool home and away kit. That's the best. And then the Premier League table. So we'll go bottom to top. So we'll do bottom 3, Charlie. Who's your bottom 3?
Bottom 3. I would say Watford, but I mean they're a good start. But I'm gonna go with Norwich. I'm gonna go with Southampton.
Of course you would.
Go with.
Yeah, Charlie tells me to put my bias aside and put Southampton in 19th.
Well, it's a possibility. Yeah, there you go. Then I'm going to go with. This is tough. Very tough. I don't think Brentford will be there. I think Watford might stay up. So who have I gone with so far? Norwich, Scum. I'm actually going to go with Burnley.
I've just looked at the table and my predictions, and I've realised I put Burnley twice in the list.
That's not it.
But I put Norwich, Watford, and Burnley. Who am I missing then? Because I've also put Burnley at 16th as well, but they can't be in the list twice. So, I'm missing Newcastle. Yeah, that's Newcastle.
Okay.
That's the one I'm missing. Right. Well, now you know where Newcastle are going to be. We'll do so 17th.
17th.
So just missing out on the drop.
I'm gonna go Watford.
I've gone Brentford.
Okay.
Okay, we'll do 16th to 12th now. I'll go with Newcastle at 16th. Crystal Palace at 15th. Brighton 14th. Quite. I think this might be a surprising one. Wolves at 13th, and then Southampton at 12th.
Okay. 17th, 16th, Newcastle, 14th, Brighton,
Just skip
13th.
Just skip 15th then. All right.
Okay, well, 15th, Watford. Have I said Brentford? Somewhere around there.
Didn't you say Watford were going to be 17th?
Don't know what I said.
This is why I told you to make it before. Oh my god! Honestly.
I don't remember you saying that.
I literally.
I'm just going to go with.
This was after.
Yeah,
by the way, Charlie and
I thought you were just doing bottom three.
Charlie. No, I said do the league.
Cares
table.
about the mid-table. No one gives a shit about the mid-table.
Oh my
Just
God.
want relegation, promotion. I thought that's what we said.
No, I said the league
No,
table.
it was ages ago. Anyway, yeah. So that's my.
I told him
three.
to do this. I told him to do this before I told him to do this.
Ages
When
ago.
Chelsea played in the Super Cup. All right, I said do it before Friday because that's when the first game of the Premier League starts.
So is he getting sick on KFC?
We are recording this the following Friday.
Shut up. So right, so you know we're bottom three now.
Also, because Charlie was getting pissed the other night, so we couldn't record it then either.
Shush.
And also, his voice was
when I
bloody
was
dead in the
you
water.
weren't free, so it's just a bit of a mix and a match. Isn't
I
it?
wasn't
So there
free.
you go,
I
shit
wasn't.
happens.
No. I wasn't free because I was working. You weren't free because you were too pissed.
No, I was
That's the
free
difference.
because
That's the
I
difference.
lived my life. Right, anyway, right, okay. I'll just tell you who's going to win the Premier League, and we'll work from there.
Okay, no,
So,
wait. Okay. Do 8. Do the top 8. So go 8th to.
okay, top 8. 8th, Arsenal. 7th, Spurs. 6th. Oh, it's tough. Oh my God. Arsenal, Spurs. Leicester. West Ham, Leicester.
West Ham.
how many?
Okay.
Damn, Leicester. Oh, we've got the top 4 left.
Yeah.
Oh, this is tough. Very tough. This could be quite a bit of a. Oh, this is so tough. I think it's going to be such a close race this year.
Yeah. There's a few teams that could potentially win it.
I'm going to go with. I can't. It's so close. I literally have no
You can't
idea.
even pick the fucking top 4, mate. Come on.
Yes, if it was last season, it'd be piss easy. After these signings this summer, oh my God. I'm going to go with.
Look.
I'm actually going to go with Man City 4th.
Oh
No,
my
I'm
God.
joking. I'm joking. I was joking.
I was
joking.
gonna
No.
say.
No. I'm going to go Man United 4th. Liverpool 3rd. Chelsea City 2nd. Chelsea to win the league.
Oh. Okay. I've gone with Arsenal 8th. Southampton. No, Southampton was 12th. Sorry, Aston Villa is 7th. Spurs 6th. Leicester 5th. So they're gonna bottle top 4 again for the 3rd season in a row. Man United 4th. I put Man City 3rd. And I've put Liverpool to win the league. No, I'm joking. I've put Liverpool 2nd and Chelsea 1st. Chelsea to win the league.
Okay. It's in the league.
Chelsea to win the league. And then Liverpool 2nd, Man City 3rd, and Man United 4th. There you go. Yeah, so those are predictions. Charlie's were a bit more questionable, but we'll move. But yeah, let us know who you think is going to win the league in the description below. This is actually a very short podcast episode. We've been recording for 40 minutes. All because Charlie needs to have a fucking call.
Stupid fucking call for what?
Can you not just like pick up later or something?
Oh, I got more important things.
Yeah, you do actually.
Yeah. Anyway.
Podcast first, mate. Anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like on the video, subscribe down below, and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video goes live. What can we talk about next week? Premier League, I guess, again. But you know, Shang-Chi's coming out soon, so we'll be able to talk about that in the future. What If again? I think the 3rd episode of What If is meant to be about Thor and Loki, so that would be interesting.
Sick.
But anyway, thank you again for watching. I've been Joe.
I've been Charlie.
And we'll see you all in the next episode. Take care, everyone.
Yeah.